Arkansas's 2025 schedule is going to actually be tougher than 2024. Of course, they're going to play the same teams in the SEC, but we're going to flip the home and away. So the teams they played on the road last year, they'll play at home this year. The teams they played at home last year, they'll play on the road this year. But you look at the non-conference, they're going to play Notre Dame, and they're also going to play Memphis. So a tricky non-conference schedule. Here is the full schedule and all the non-conference games. We got Alabama A&M, Arkansas State on the road at Memphis, so they do play that game on the road, and then they get Notre Dame at home. So yeah, you're talking about two challenging games in the non-conference, a couple of easy games in there as well. So who do they play at home? Who do they play on the road in the SEC? Well, the home games in the SEC, it'll be Texas A&M. Now they will play that game at home. It's no longer going to be a neutral site game. We're going to have home and away in that series from now on. So that'll be a home game against Texas A&M. They'll have Auburn at home. They'll have Mississippi State at home. And they'll have Missouri at home. So you like the home schedule. Gives them a chance to do pretty well. But then you look at the road schedule. You got Ole Miss, Tennessee, LSU, and Texas. So a really, really tough road schedule. Tennessee and LSU, two of the toughest places to play in all of college football. Those teams figure to be pretty good this year. Ole Miss, we expect them to be pretty good. Texas could be a top 5 team again, and that one again on the road. So their road schedule is very, very tough in the SEC. And then again, a tougher non-conference schedule with Memphis and Notre Dame. That does make for a very tough schedule for Arkansas coming up in 2025. So they'll open up with Alabama A&M on August 30th. That'll be an easy game to start things off. Then they move it up the competition a little bit. You get Arkansas State on September 6th, in-state game. Maybe it's a little bit tricky, but Arkansas should be able to take care of business in that game. Then they've got Ole Miss on the road September 13th. Open up SEC play there. It's actually back-to-back road games. They play Memphis on September 20th. So Ole Miss, Memphis, back-to-back road games there. And then they are at home for Notre Dame on September 27th. So you look at those first 5 games before their first bye week. You got a tough road game against Ole Miss. You've got Notre Dame. Obviously, that's going to be really tough. And then you got even a tricky game against Memphis on the road. So a very tough 3-game stretch there from Ole Miss to Notre Dame. But then they get that first bye week. You come off that bye week, you got to go on the road to play Tennessee on October 11th. Obviously, that's going to be a tough game. Then you have Texas A&M at home on October 18th. Actually, 3 home games in a row. So you've got Texas A&M on the 18th, then Auburn on the 25th, and Mississippi State on November 1st. If they can find a way to win all 3 of those games at home, I think that's going to tell us that, yeah, Arkansas is going to have a pretty good season. But if they can't win, at least 2 out of those 3, it could be a very disappointing season. So they've got a bye week after Mississippi State on November 8th. That'll be their second bye week. Then they go on the road. How about this? Back-to-back road games at LSU and at Texas, November 15th and November 22nd. So really, really tough back-to-back games there. They close things out with Missouri on November 29th. So yeah, overall, I mean, you got a couple of easier games to start things off, but then after that, there are no easy wins. There are no cupcakes on this schedule. It is a very, very tough schedule for Arkansas. So how does it stack up with the other teams in the SEC? You can see their SEC opponents from last year, they were 35-29, so a 55% winning percentage. That's near the top. That's one of the tougher schedules in the SEC. And then you add in one of the tougher non-conference schedules. So yeah, Arkansas definitely has one of the toughest overall schedules in the SEC and probably in all of college football in 2025.